You know, with all the pressures facing young people today, there's this one organization that's really trying to build a new kind of leader. So today, we're going to dive into MECIN Consult's Eagle program and see what really makes it tick.
I mean, it's a question we've probably all asked ourselves, right? The world is just constantly shifting. You've got this insane academic pressure, all this uncertainty about what careers will even look like. So how do we actually prepare students for that? I mean, traditional education is absolutely crucial, but is it the whole picture?
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the challenge students are facing. Then we'll meet MECIN Consult and their solution, the Eagle program. We'll even take a peek inside the 5 modules. And finally, look at the big goal, building future leaders.
All right, let's kick things off with a big question: why? Why does a program like this even need to exist? Let's get right into the challenges modern students are dealing with.
You know, being a student today, it's just so much more complex than it used to be. It's not just about hitting the books and getting good grades anymore. They're juggling this huge academic pressure, yeah, but also this nagging uncertainty about their future careers. And on top of all that, a lot of them are dealing with social isolation. To really thrive, you need a totally different toolkit. Things like resilience, real confidence, and a solid sense of who you are.
So, okay, that's the problem. But who's actually trying to solve it? Well, that's where MECIN Consult comes in. Let's look at how they're taking on this challenge.
So this is MECIN Consult. They were established back in October 2022, and their whole deal is mentorship, coaching, and inspiration. But here's what's really interesting. Their specific focus is on Africa. This isn't some generic, one-size-fits-all approach. They're actually designing their programs for the unique challenges and opportunities on the continent, which is a huge deal.
And the philosophy that drives them? It's called social entrepreneurship. The easiest way to think about it is this. They use smart commercial strategies, but not just to make money. They use them to tackle real social and environmental problems. The end goal isn't just a product. It's about making a real, meaningful impact.
So, how do you turn a big idea like that into something tangible? For them, the answer is their flagship program, the Eagle program. This is the what, the actual plan in action.
So what is it? Well, in a nutshell, the Eagle program is basically a comprehensive toolkit for students. It's all built around this core belief that every single student has what it takes to do great things and make a difference. It's not just focused on academics or one specific skill. It's about developing the whole person.
And what's cool is that their whole vision is packed right into the name. Eagle isn't just a name, it's an acronym. The E is for empowerment, giving students control. A is for aspiration, dreaming big. G is for growth, building skills and self-awareness. L is for leadership, becoming those positive change makers. And finally, E for excellence, really pushing to be your best self. It's all right there.
So the whole program is built around 5 core modules that really take you on a journey. You start with the fundamentals, like confidence and public speaking. Then you dive into really crucial stuff, like mental health and mentorship. And it all builds up to leadership and actually engaging with the community. It's a really well thought out, comprehensive structure.
Okay, so let's actually go inside this journey. What does it feel like to be a student in this program? Let's take a look at a few of these modules to get a real sense of what they're doing.
So, everything kicks off with Module 1. This is all about laying the foundation, right? The main goal here is building that core confidence and helping every student find their own voice.
And they don't do this with boring lectures. It's all about hands-on, interactive workshops. You can see it right here. The environment they create is so important. It's not some stuffy classroom. It's a safe, inclusive space where students feel comfortable enough to practice, maybe even mess up a little, and really build those public speaking skills together.
Then we get to Module 2, and this one is so important today. It's all about mental health and well-being. The whole point is to give students practical tools they can use to prioritize their own mental health and build up that inner resilience.
And again, this isn't just talk. They get creative to make these big, abstract ideas feel real. For instance, they have participants create a personal values collage. It's this awesome activity where you get to physically map out what's important to you. It helps you explore these deep concepts like self-awareness and emotional intelligence in a way that really sticks. It's a fantastic way to get in touch with what you truly believe.
All right, so after building up all that internal strength and self-awareness, the program brings it all together in Module 5. This is where everything shifts from inward growth to outward action. It's about taking that newfound confidence and channeling it into real leadership and getting involved in the community.
And you guessed it, it's all about learning by doing. They use team-building exercises just like this to get students working together, solving problems in real time. I mean, this is exactly how you prepare people to not just be leaders, but to be the kind of leaders who make a positive difference.
So, after going through all of this, what's the payoff? What do students actually get out of it? This is the so what, the real-world impact of the whole thing.
Well, they leave with so much more than just good memories. We're talking about real, tangible things they can use for their future. They get Eagle certificates, they complete innovation projects, they build actual leadership portfolios, and they get hands-on experience with community service and professional networking. These aren't just buzzwords, they're concrete achievements that prove how much they've grown.
And you know, this isn't some flash in the pan. MECIN Consult is clearly in this for the long haul. Just look at their roadmap for 2026. It shows a serious, ongoing commitment. We're talking big events like an annual youth leadership boot camp and a social entrepreneurship forum. They're not just running a program, they're trying to build an entire ecosystem.
And holding this whole vision together are 4 strategic pillars. It all comes down to youth empowerment, community well-being, policy support, and, importantly, organizational excellence. It's a solid foundation that makes sure everything they do is actually driving toward making a real difference.
And people are taking notice. Take this quote from Professor Abubakar Adamu Gwarzo. He calls the program a groundbreaking resource that has the potential to make a real difference in the lives of young people. I mean, wow, that's a pretty powerful stamp of approval, right?
And all of this really leaves us with one big, inspiring question to chew on. If we actually empower students with these kinds of tools today, tools for confidence, resilience, and real leadership, just imagine, what kind of world can they build for all of us tomorrow?